Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we have a TikTok that I think can teach us a lot of different things. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to get into it, we're going to react. I will share my thoughts as we go and after, per usual.
I was rejected by a matchmaker this week. She wouldn't be able to work with me. When we met, I told her what I was looking for and told her a lot about me. And I tried to highlight some of my core qualities, including the fact that I'm very, very type A, organized. I like to be the leader. I told her the types of things that I like doing. I also told her I was looking for a man who was also a leader because I don't want to always be the leader, believe it or not. I told her I was looking for someone that was at or above the same income level as me, driven, who is ambitious, who is ready for a long-term relationship and ready to get married. She may have actually picked up on the fact that I'm a little high-strung. I'm not like a stressed out or anxious person. I'm just high energy or type A. This is who I am. And she was asking me, do I meditate? No. Do I journal? No. Do anything woo? And I said, no. I said, in fact, I'm not even on the same planet as woo. When talking about what I didn't like in a man, I said I could never really be with a beta type man. I specifically used the word doormat. I said I would chew them up and spit them out. And her response was, well, I married that type of man. She was saying that, men really like a soft woman and I should try some of these vision board, journaling, meditating type of things. We're never gonna be that type of person. She also said that she could...
Okay, so what she's not looking for is a beta type man or a doormat, and she says, I would chew them up and spit them out. This type of language is not attractive. Right off the bat here, I'm sensing some red flags just through the language that she's using. I think someone who says, I would chew them up and spit them out, that's just not attractive. And I wouldn't even say that it's just men who don't want that in women, right? I think the way she goes on to describe herself and just this whole thing in general, I don't think anyone would want a partner like that. We don't even need to put a gender on it. Something I've noticed is people who refer to other people as alpha or beta, non-ironically in their real casual language, or who says things like I would chew them up and spit them out, is not someone that I would personally want to be dating or marrying. So I just want to say that. We'll continue though.
She could sense I had some walls up, which of course I'm coming to meet a woman who I'm asking to find my future husband at the rate of several $1,000s. I, of course, am gonna be here really just trying to interview you, my dear friend, because I want to know if I'm going to get my money's worth with you. So of course I'm going to have some walls up. I also think it's perfectly normal to have some walls up when you are meeting someone for the very first time and who also had not taken the time to do her own research on me by stalking me on the internet. She definitely didn't have time because she asked for my socials no more than 1 hour before our meeting.
I would also like to mention there that I think meeting someone in real life and experiencing them in their entirety as a human being in front of you is far more telling than creeping on their social media beforehand. Because people like to highlight their best moments in their highlight reels on Instagram or their social media. Rarely do you see the fact that someone is high-strung or hard to deal with or insufferable on their Instagram account.
Our meeting. So I asked her if she thought I would be ready for her services. Her response, she essentially said that I am not ready for her type of services because I have too much work to do. My walls are too high and I'm not ready for a long-term committed relationship at the ripe age of 38, where I have been in therapy for 10 plus years. She also said that she's too woo for me, which I can accept that, that's fine. However, I shouldn't need to be a woo type person to be worthy of love.
I don't think she was saying that at all. I think this matchmaker and her were just not a good mesh personality-wise. And I would also love to know, what is your definition of woo? What is woo? Because woo to me is like hippy-dippy, into crystals, into astrology, which you don't need to be in order to be in a relationship, but you do need to be able to see your negative traits and to work on yourself. That's not woo to me. Woo to me is like astrology, crystals, woo. I don't know. You can let me know what you think.
so that I need to soften a little bit. And men like a softer woman. Essentially, I spent $350 to meet with this woman, have her tell me I am not worthy of love as I am, but the fact that I need to change in order to be worthy of love and partnership. Which honestly, I think for that reason alone, she should have her matchmaking license taken away, because we shouldn't be pushing on these narratives that people are not worthy as they are, and essentially telling women that the type of woman they are isn't worthy of love. That is a narrative that should not be given to anyone, or it is dangerous commentary, and the fact that she said this to my face had some audacity. Well, we're celebrating my 38th birthday tonight, and we are gonna wash all of what she said aside. I am so excited. And we're gonna believe that no matter the type of woman you are, love is out there for you. We are not gonna listen to this toxic narrative.
That, my friends, is what it looks like when someone takes no accountability for themselves or the fact that they have work to do. Clearly operating that way is not working for you if you're 38 and single, right? I mean, that's just my first assumption. But anyway, a lot to unpack here. I know I paused it a little bit throughout, but now I kind of want to go through it all and share some words of wisdom with you guys, because I think there's a lot to learn here. The first thing I want to talk about is this whole love me the way that I am mentality. You know, you say you're high strung, okay? She's asking if you do anything that might help with, the fact that you're high strung, and you say no. That's not a redeeming quality. She's also telling this woman what men are looking for, which I would think is something that you would care about if you're going to a matchmaker for help. Like, if you've reached a part in your journey where you're going to a matchmaker for help, you would think that you would maybe listen or take what they say into consideration, because doing it the way you've always done it hasn't worked for you up to this point. So much so that you're willing to pay thousands of dollars to a matchmaker to do the work for you. Her response is, I'm never going to be that type of person, which, hey, that's fine in terms of not wanting to be woo, if it's like astrology and being into crystals and woo things like that. I don't know the full context, obviously. Maybe her and this matchmaker just aren't a match, and that's okay. But you won't get your money's worth or have things work in your favor if you have a I'm never going to be that person, love me the way I am with all my negative qualities that aren't attractive to anyone type of attitude. And it's not just the way you are either. This way of thinking is insufferable. Anyone can change their life and turn the qualities that aren't serving them or positively impacting them into ones that do. Being type A can be an incredibly positive quality. Being organized can be a positive quality. Being a leader can be a positive quality. If you're high strung, there are things you can do to make that work in your favor. You can go to yoga, you can do breath work, you can really try to get to the root of your anxiety or what is causing you to be that way. Again, a lot of labels slapped on here, a lot of buzzwords. I think people really put themselves into a box and almost self-sabotage their dating life all on their own. Because they're saying, yeah, I'm high strung, yeah, I'm very type A and I like things a certain way. You're basically saying I'm not willing to compromise. It's almost like coping and giving yourself a reason why things haven't worked out for you, instead of getting to the root of the issue and resolving or making better the things that are hindering your success or experience. I think there's a reality check here that didn't register. The woman said she's not ready because she has too much work to do, her walls are too high, and she's not ready for a long-term committed relationship at the age of 38. Just because you're 38 does not mean that you have the skills required to be in a healthy relationship. That's not something that comes with age, that comes with work. So my question is, do we want people to lie to us? To tell us that we're perfect the way that we are? You want her to take your thousands of dollars only for it not to work because essentially she said the men in her network won't like your negative qualities? I'll tell you what, if a matchmaker turned me and my thousands of dollars I was ready to pay her down, that would be the biggest wake-up call in the world for me. That would be a sign to me that, I have some work to do. I'm not perfect, that's okay. What can I do to make myself a better partner and a better candidate in the dating market? She also essentially said that this woman told her that she needs to change in order to be worthy of love and partnership. But she didn't say you aren't worthy of love. She said you're not ready because you're clearly unwilling to do any of the work that will make you ready. You're unwilling to work on the qualities of yourself that are impacting you and the people in your life in a negative way, and unwilling to make necessary changes or shifts in order to be a good partner. Someone telling you what you don't want to hear doesn't mean that they're attacking you or telling you that you're not worthy of love and they deserve to have their license taken away. Also, not to mention, the fact that she interpreted it this way would be a red flag to me of how she handles conflict, constructive criticism, or anything she doesn't want to hear within a relationship as well. A lot of red flags. And the reason why I'm sharing a lot of these things with you is because I think a lot of people are stuck in this mindset of, well, this is just the way that I am, or you have to accept me as I am. Men and women included. You don't just deserve a relationship because you're existing. That's not how it works. You have to be someone that the person you want to be with would want to be with too. I think what is actually dangerous here is the fact that we feel so entitled to the things that we want that we don't think we need to put in any sort of work in order to get it. This way of thinking is creating a culture that seeks perfection in a partner, but brings absolutely nothing to the equation themselves. And again, I'm not just talking about the woman in this video. I think a lot of people have this mentality. And maybe this is the reality check or wake-up call that people need to realize, you know what? I'm not really in a place right now where I'm going to be a good partner because I'm unwilling to work on myself. But again, going back to the video, I saw a lot of people responding and reacting to this saying that this woman is really masculine, and I don't really think that's the issue. I think being type A, organized, or a leader doesn't automatically make someone masculine. These can be great, completely genderless qualities when you use them to your advantage. Just this clip is leading me to believe that this is someone who doesn't react or respond in a healthy way to things that she doesn't want to hear, who takes criticism as a personal attack, and who people walk on eggshells around because they're worried about how she'll react to them. This is someone who's unwilling to compromise, who operates on a very my way or the highway type of wavelength, and none of these qualities contribute to a healthy, successful, long-term relationship. That's the issue. It's not that she's too masculine. Honestly, the topic of masculinity and femininity and traits that are this or that, it gets kind of cringe and it gets murky, and I'm not even going to go there. I don't think that's the issue here. I know a lot of people will just watch the clip and comment right away before listening to the rest of this, and they'll say, oh, she's too masculine, men won't like her. I don't think that's the issue. If I were a matchmaker, just from this short clip, it would appear that this is someone who's incredibly difficult to work with. There's an insane lack in the level of self-awareness here, which also leads me to believe that there's a lack in the ability to evolve, to grow, and to take constructive criticism. I would say most people want a partner who brings peace into their life, who makes them feel safe and secure and comfortable, who has empathy, self-awareness, and the ability to self-regulate, who can work through conflict and take constructive criticism. It's not rocket science. Again, this is just an example I'm using to kind of springboard and talk about a larger topic here. That it's just the way that I am, you have to accept all these negative qualities about me, yada, yada, yada. It's not healthy, and it's not going to help your dating life. What will help your dating success and change your life is the ability to see the areas that you need to work on in order to be a better you. Because when you're a better you, you're a better partner, you're a better friend, you're a better son, you're a better daughter, you're a better everything. When you're a better you, and it all starts with you. And I really wanted to show you this video not to tell you that all women are like this, okay? All women are not like this. There are women who take accountability, who work on themselves, who do all of the good things. I'm not telling you anyone's perfect, but I'm also not telling you that this is just how women are. I'm not trying to reinforce your negative beliefs about women. This is just one woman that we're using as an example. So please keep that in mind. But I want to show you this because this is a prime example of what it looks like when you don't take accountability for yourself and your life and the things you need to work on to get what you want. You don't just deserve things. Again, you have to be the love that you seek. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to stop ranting. If you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Have you had this experience where you were holding yourself back and you didn't even realize it, or you couldn't see the areas that you needed to work on? I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this video, but also your own experiences and things that you've discovered about yourself as you've maybe grown or healed or evolved as a human being, which I would encourage you all to be doing. And if you're here, I'm assuming a lot of you are already doing that. So round of applause to you. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.